Hello, this is Eric of Napaos, and this is the Ushare Outdoor versus Killtec. So those that have never seen Ushare Outdoor, this is a waterproof jacket, and this is the Obsidian black, and this is a Killtec, and I don't know which model, if it says anything. Killtec All-Terrain, if that means anything to you. Waterproof, both of them. Both are the same waterproof rating of 10,000 millimeter, and breathability is listed different. The Obsidian black is listed, the Ushare Outdoor that is, at 5,000. Well, this one's listed at 3,000, as we can see our stats right here. Now let's get started. Now when it comes to these comparisons here, whether you're looking at one or the other, this will at least tell you about the jacket, even if you're not looking to compare the two itself. So now let's continue on with this review, with testing in the rain and so forth. So as a rain jacket, keeping it dry, this does work pretty good. I went out in the windy rain and the water just flakes off of this. As you probably can see on the camera, you can see a lot of water right there. And none of it soaked in. Of course, eventually I'm sure it could soak in. It's rated for was it 10,000 millimeters or some crazy sort of statistic. But one thing this isn't is it's not very warm. In terms of this rain jacket, let's go through a couple aspects of this, like the waterproofing around this zipper here. There's nothing though in the main zipper to make it so, other than this little fold here, to make water not go through. But hey, if it does its job, it does its job. The material itself is pretty darn thin. There's just like two layers, I guess. Because you have this little foil thin layer and then the outer layer. The outer layer, of course, is what keeps you dry. And then, of course, this thin layer, I guess, is what stops you from getting all soaked. And the hood itself is attached. It's not going to help any for breathability per se, but it wasn't half bad, at least that way. And for the zippers here, we have them lined, which is nice to have. And plenty of room for storage. Not so deep, but lengthwise, there's quite a bit of room on this pocket. So we have that aspect where you just push it in to actually loosen or tighten. So here's our second pull string. And when you pull that, we can see our hood squish in. So that's going to tuck it down on your head. So that's this part right there, where that pull string goes through. Now there are some other options for this as well. I got to try to see how waterproof the other jacket is. But since I paid for this myself, that means I'm going to list your competition and give other alternatives as well. We're going to get to fitting in a moment and how it fits. But here's one jacket I've been wearing. Now I tested the Killtec jacket and we can see that the water beads off in the same way as the other jacket. Probably even the same manufacturer for all I know. But we can see some place where the water did kind of stick in a sense. I don't know if it's going to eventually go through or not, but that's something to note. It did work well in the rain with the wind, so this one's also a pass. Has Velcro, that's one thing to note. It might kind of find annoying that way, but it stops it from getting in the seams. Now let's check out the fit and finish of this jacket. Now one thing that separates this jacket is the hoodie itself is not attached. It's not detachable, that is. Because we can see you can zipper it off and such. And if you were to lean forward, you maybe get some water eventually through the seam, but it's decent for its purpose. So that should be fine. And then we also have tighteners for the hood itself, and these seem to work well. We have an inner pocket that we can see right here that goes down to about the seam there. So the pocket goes down to here and up to here. So it's about the size of my hand, the pocket on this Killtec jacket. And this is the one I've been using. It's actually warmer than the other one because it has more layers. You can see there's a layer here, there's a thin layer there, and then plus your outer layer. It's not like hugely different, but it gives more comfort in terms of feel. And when I pull my arms forward in this one, we have really tight here. So if I really want to, I probably could rip this if I use enough force. The material is quite durable though, quite strong. It has nice Velcro, so we can tighten right here. and make it so water didn't get in your sleeves. So that's very nice to have, especially if you're working in the rain like I did with my other jobs. Now, other than that, well, you got your shoulders, and I can lift my arms up. That's good. So not too bad otherwise, but with a person with broad shoulders, even with not broad shoulders, I let someone else try this, and they had the same problem that, yeah, how are you supposed to work in this if it's pulling on me? So fit and finish needs fixing if you would want in your recommendation. This is not cool that way. So one thing that's interesting about these two jackets, it has the same sort of specifications for at least waterproof. So the waterproof and breathability, though, is different. The breathability factor. And of course, Ushare Outdoor has one that has the same breathability factor that's less waterproof. Now, here is the tag showing that similar stat. So there we go. So both of these are rated to be like the same. However, Ushare Outdoor does seem like it might have been slightly more waterproof, but then again, I did not test it for a really long period of time. My waterproof pants, however, both leaked. It leaked anyways, and these didn't leak, so there's that. In terms of stitch, fit, and finish, I like the stitching on Ushare Outdoor just a bit more because this has a lot more loose threads, and I see more than one jacket of this one, and I had a couple more loose threads, but nothing that couldn't be trimmed. But we can see how this is stitched. And let's go to the Ushare Outdoor, and look how that one is stitched. Now, how about in terms of noise? So I'd say the Ushare Outdoor is a little bit more noisy, but both of them do rustle around a bit. And in terms of comfort, I personally like the Killtec more because, well, it has more layers, it's more warm, protects from the wind a bit more. Both have a sleeve that can actually be tightened up. So they both have Velcro, so I can actually tighten up these sleeves. They both have a part in the bottom I can tighten that up. They both have a place I can tighten up the head part. And this one has snaps that this one has no snaps around here. It has a tight part to tighten here more though for the little hood. So in terms of weight, the Ushare Outdoor, being a smaller jacket, is a bit more lightweight than this one that has a little bit of weight, but it's not like heavy or anything. So both are a fine choice in terms of pockets. I think the Ushare Outdoor has a slight advantage. Okay, so now where's the one thing that could have made this more fair? Well, this is medium size, so the bottom of this rain jacket might have been better fitting. However, I've seen in other reviews the shoulders are tight at that seam, even in other sizes, so that's not just a me thing. However, the bottom might be a bit tighter because I had medium, and the Killtec was a bit tighter and less comfortable on medium for me, so I did get large. I got to try it on. Ushare Outdoor is sold online. I don't know if it sells in stores at all. Well, Killtec does sell, well, in stores. So that probably helps because I can actually check the sizing. Well, I can't check the sizing in real life on Ushare Outdoor. It's all measurements online. And this one does not tell me the materials either, just like the Ushare Outdoor. So in terms of jackets, I personally prefer this one. If the fit and finish was improved, we can definitely consider the Ushare Outdoor. It actually might even be slightly more waterproof, but I couldn't really tell in the limited time I used them. But both of them I got drenched. My waterproof pants were not waterproof anymore. They were leaking, but neither jacket was leaking. And of course the Killtec, I shouldn't say of course, but the Killtec is more warm because it has more layers, it's more comfortable. Feel free to ask questions below. My dad's going to be using the Ushare Outdoor for himself as a rain jacket to see what he thinks. And I've been using my Killtec. It does rain a lot where I am, so there'll be a lot of testing to be done between these two jackets. Thanks for watching. This is Eric with Not BIOS Tech and Reviews, and have yourselves a most wonderful day.